What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's July 14th Daily Chill. I'm here with Chill Gambling, the Comedy Chill, and Chill Blue Shirts. We're going to kick it off with some sports updates, and I think we're going to kick it off with the NHL qualifying round picks. Honestly, I'm going to kick it over to Pat for this one.
All right. If we're doing all of them, we'll start off with Rangers and Carolina.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll with the Rangers on this one.
Surprise.
I think Carolina's goaltending is extremely weak if it gets into a shootout, meaning a high-scoring game. High-scoring games, I think that greatly favors the Rangers. Carolina's deeper. They're a better defensive team. And if it's a more clinical game, I'm worried about that. But I think these games are going to be kind of sloppy. I
don't think these are going to be clinical games.
It's going to be sloppy all the way around, and I think that favors the Rangers personally. And then I have pretty much chalked the rest of the way in the Eastern Conference.
All right, we'll go real fast. Canadians, Penguins.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Even though they were very worried about the Canadians because of Carey Price stealing the series, but I still think Pittsburgh.
Panthers, Islanders.
Islanders.
Dude, my buddy's out here is an Islander fan. He is psyched about
Sorokin.
What's that guy's name again?
Sorokin.
Yeah, that's it.
Islander fans have been talking about that dude for like 9 years. It's ridiculous.
Blue Jackets versus Maple Leafs.
I think Columbus is going to upset the Maple Leafs here.
You're taking the BJs?
I would.
Blackhawks versus Oilers.
Oilers.
I thought you said the Whalers for a second.
Nah, that'd be cool, though.
I was like, are they back?
Not yet.
Coyotes versus Predators.
I think Arizona's going to sneak them. I do. They got firepower on that team. Nashville's played a lot of playoff games the past few years.
That would be a big upset, right?
That would be a massive upset.
Yeah, that's good. The Wild
6 versus 11.
Say that again?
I think that's a 6 and an 11 seed, so I think the 11 take it.
And then Wild versus Canucks.
I think Vancouver.
Canucks.
Yep.
And the last one is Jets versus Flames.
I think the Flames. Those would be my picks.
That checks out with one of my rules of gambling, which is never put money on a team named Jets, ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you betting on all this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Just on series winners.
What is it?
Maybe a couple individual games. But, dude, the TV schedule, like, it's like
it's wonderful. It is wonderful, the TV schedule.
Dude, it's literally like leaving like a drug addict alone in a room full of pill. Like, we have no shot. There's 4 games on at noon. There's 4 games on at 4.
It's like March Madness.
Yeah, by 8 o'clock at night, you could just be like hedging parlays.
What's the
It's
start
terrific.
of that?
Or desperately trying to hit one because the day has been a disaster. Either way.
Regardless, we embrace it.
When does it start? What's the date?
August 1st.
Okay.
Rangers are the first game.
Wow. I'm going to be out of my mind.
If we get there.
I will be completely like dark until the game's over. Like, don't talk to me. Don't contact me. I'm not going to be in the group chat, like chatting it up. Like, I'll talk to you after the game. I'll either be like out of my mind going crazy or like you'll never hear from me again. Basically.
I need to be in padded rooms to watch Ranger playoff games. It's really bad. Like, it's
added room and live stream it. It would be awesome.
In a little locked room.
I'd have to feel like Harry Potter.
Mattress is up on the wall.
My cousin and I have had a hypothetical conversation about what we would do if the Jets ever made the Super Bowl, which is, I know, an irrational topic to talk
That's like
about.
when you buy a lottery ticket and you fantasize all day about winning a lottery.
Correct. But honestly, the answer that we've come to, this is how pathetic this is. The answer we've come to is like, I don't know, like in my basement with the lights off and my phone like upstairs and like no one being able to contact me, hear me, or see me for 4 hours.
Yeah.
That's like what we settled on.
That's perfect. That's how you have to do it.
I mean, it's never going to happen, so we won't have to worry about it.
That's fair.
So I guess the next topic is NCAA football, Power 5 conferences. Talking about doing a conference-only schedule this year for college football. Driscoll, what's up?
Like it, I think it's cool. If we, I mean, I don't know how many games they're talking about. It could be between like 5 and 8, somewhere like that. That'd be cool. Every game would be big, and you're not going to have those shitty. There's a lot of shitty college football games every weekend.
Yeah.
Like I don't give a shit, and you wait for the nighttime games, and there's 4 good games a weekend, really good games a weekend. Now it's going to be stacked.
I kind of feel like we're trying to get sports back. Like,
Right.
first of all, everyone will take whatever they can get. Like, no one's
Yep.
saying I mean, I can't imagine like people really are seriously complaining. Like, if you're complaining, get a life because we could have nothing. You know?
If this is like a step in the direction of having college football on TV,
In the fall,
Or
and especially in
sooner?
the fall.
yeah, sooner rather than later, then like, yeah, whatever. Like, have Alabama and LSU and Georgia and Auburn just play like a round robin tournament for 4 weeks. That'd be sick.
They should do.
There's gonna be,
Do
the other thing is like there's gonna be like 17 national champions. How many like if the Power 5
Right.
is not gonna be playing outside conference games, you think like the Sun Belt is gonna like play a bunch of games against the MAC or whatever? It's probably gonna be everybody playing inside the conference. So all the conference champions are gonna be national champs probably.
Notre Dame's only going to play intra-squad
Or
games. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Or-
No.
wait until people can play together, and then they'll have like actual like the winners of each one play or something. Like they might like this might change the whole format. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They
I
have
mean,
to push it. They have to push it back to the spring.
Yeah.
They have to. I think that's going to be the
unless they just scrap the playoff system and they're like, we're just kind of playing for fun this year. We're playing for funsies. Like everyone tune into CBS on Saturday.
it's a nightmare with all the classes, like the seniors. Like, what do you do with them? You just got to tell them to kick rocks at this point. Like, it's unfortunate, but like it's the progression. Like, that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is.
Say a prayer for all those NHL team scouts that rarely get it right watching 12 games of college football. Now they're only going to get 5 to 8.
If that.
Right, if any.
They're gonna have to use last year's tape.
Yeah, that doesn't do anybody any good. But
It'd be the
again,
ultimate option.
I think it makes sense if it brings college football back before, sooner rather than later.
I'm still not optimistic because the problem is that they're kids and they're not getting paid. You know, like you're gonna tell a kid who's not getting paid that you have to go out and play. It's different if you're getting paid. If you're a professional athlete, that's way different. But
yeah, I don't know. Maybe you could do something with the scholarships where they can opt out and not lose their scholarship. Who knows? I mean, I hope they don't have to figure stuff like that out, but they probably will.
That's fair. Now I think, I'm on here. We're going to do what we like to call, some girls chill chat. So before we get into the main event, I actually want to bring up something that I found to be very interesting. So I don't know if any of you guys have ever ordered from Zappos, which is a online shoe retailer. Basically an online department store. It sells every brand humanly possible. So they decided to start selling both individual shoes and now buy a pair of shoes. You can pick what the left size, like the size of the left foot will be, and the size of the right foot for people who have 2 different size feet.
Oh, let's go. This is huge news.
Yeah. Does anyone in this chat have 2 different size feet? I mean, everyone, to an extent, you do a little bit, but is it noticeable?
Oh, hell yeah. I have a bunion on my left foot, so like I look like a freak with both my feet. I can barely go out. It's great. It's great news.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
See?
This is fantastic news.
I'd show them, but I don't want to do that.
No, that's all right. We're gonna keep it.
I mean, I
Good
think
to know.
one of my foot fills out a sneaker a little tiny bit more than another, but not different sizes.
I mean, they say everything you have, one size it's all asymmetrical. So one arm is longer, one leg is longer, everything. But I do know people who Nordstrom has done this before, where you can get 2 different size shoes. So this is huge. It's a huge retailer, and you will now be able to pick what size left and right shoe.
When
What's
you
the
said
upcharge?
when you said they were
Nope.
selling individual shoes, I thought you meant like people are just buying like
Oh,
one
no.
shoe.
Oh, no. To be clear, you can also just buy one shoe now.
That's good.
Also an option.
You see like one stray Jordan on the street, and you're like, oh, I would totally take that, but I don't have the other side.
Yeah, or like shout out the amputee community.
Yeah, that's
That-
true.
Brilliant. You could be a lefty or a righty, whatever you want to do.
Doesn't matter anymore. It's 2020. Everything's gray.
Everything's fair game.
Now the moment we've been waiting for. We're going to talk about something that really has been plaguing all of my time, is being occupied by whether or not Wayfair is selling child trafficked children through their website. So there is plenty of videos, plenty of TikToks, plenty of articles, everything about it. You can go do your own research on your own time, and I very much recommend this. But there are common pieces of household furniture. Storage units is a big one, but also a pillow or a left sectional of a couch that are selling for so much, like exponential prices. And they are named after names of children that have been missing. So there is a big, I'm going to say conspiracy for legal reasons, but possibly true that Wayfair is trafficking children through their site. Thoughts, everyone?
Well, I mean, yeah, conspiracy theory, I didn't even think that is like a strong word. I mean, it came from like the QAnon people. Like they come out every single week and say that a different organization is child trafficking. I mean, it's been the Catholic Church, the Clinton Foundation, Wayfair, the DNC, like, I mean, that's where it came from. However, Wayfair did not have a great answer. Well, I mean, obviously they flat out denied it. But then when someone was like, "Well, why does that throw pillow cost like $40,000?" And in one case, they said that the pillow was priced in error, and in the second case, it was like cabinets for like an insane amount of money. And they were like, "Oh, those were like industrial strength cabinets.
Yeah.
That's why, like, the high quality is why they cost so much money. But since it wasn't clearly explained that way, we're just going to take the item down off the list." And it's like, well, wait a minute. Like, wait, well, hold on.
But you get these freaky names that are linked. It's just like, did you guys ever see that documentary, You Don't Fuck with Cats, and how, like...
No, I got too scared.
There's a Netflix, but it's just like people on the internet, if they get one tiny strand of like an inkling of any evidence, you are done. And it is going to be investigated. There's going to be people talking all over the world in groups. It is terrifying. Like I'm like worried for myself that I might have done something. Like I might be getting investigated right now for something I have no idea.
I'm not going to lie though, that, I mean, this is a little bit of a tangent, but that documentary in that case was incredible because there was literally a video of this guy fucking with cats, and they were like, that seems weird. And they tracked, the government was like, we can't find him. They were like, he lives in this apartment building down the street.
Yeah.
And he ended like a murderer. So, you know, sometimes the vigilante online community works out.
It is.
Sometimes
like,
the comment section is correct.
They identified a vacuum that's like sold in like one part of the world.
Yeah, like some Romanian.
Only
Romanian
7 of them were sold.
Yeah.
Like I can't even fathom this. It was mesmerizing.
Do we know if Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend, like Gelato Ginger Maxwell,
it's pronounced Glenn,
Maxwell,
apparently.
Did she ever serve on the board at Wayfair? Has she ever been involved with Wayfair in any way, shape, or form?
I'm sure. I did hear, honestly, and this may be rumor, I didn't really look into it, but if it is true, I will post a photo that there is a photo of like the owner of Wayfair with her.
Oh my
Really?
god.
Done.
Oh,
That-
boy.
I think that might be
Also-
real.
That's all I needed to know.
I also saw a video of, and again, this is the thing, is that it definitely is sketchy and whatever, and it could all be a wild coincidence. And also, some of the things that we are seeing could now be people running with this and making up fake doctored stuff to like be, look what happens when you go on the website. But I did see a video of like a storage thing, and when you add it to a cart, it has a name for like the sender, for like your name already in, and it's like a missing girl. So I don't know if that's true. I didn't fact check. I am not, I
Yeah,
would like
facts don't matter.
disclaimer.
I bet they have a scapegoat. They're going to blame an employee who is a true crime fan who went on and purposely named the products that to screw Wayfair. A disgruntled employee. That's what I'm calling. That's what's going to come out.
That's a beautiful theory.
I don't know if it's true. I think that the company might say that.
Yeah.
Like, do you think maybe we could like come together as a community and just, kind of look all of each other in the eye and just say like, hey bud, stop trafficking kids.
Yeah.
Like,
It does seem like a lot to ask.
dude, it's like every single person, like every single organization I ever knew in my entire life has been trafficking kids apparently.
Yeah.
It's outrageous.
It's one of those things where it's like, you hear of it so often, you're like, one in 10 people must be trafficking kids at this point, because
Yeah.
why does it keep happening? Like, or knows of someone who is. How does this keep happening?
I'm just saying, knock it off.
Please.
I
Knock
think
off the
so.
child trafficking. All right,
I
let's
think
go to
that's
Like ice cream men must be prime suspects at this point.
let's
Oh,
go to the top three.
Top five.
Sean Jackson going to take a tour of Auschwitz after posting the anti-Semitic stuff online. We're going to do top 3 school field trips. Order is going to be KB, Driscoll, Doris, and then me.
wow. Oh my God, I've never to go first in one of these. I'm like not even prepared. I'm gonna start it off with DC. In 8th grade, we went to DC. Great trip. Also, you're not like in like like you're kind of like a little older, so it's like fun. Like you and your friends are like sneaking out. They tape the doors, and everyone's trying to like re-tape the doors to like go hang out. So I'm gonna go with DC. Also was beautiful. Learned a lot. Love DC.
Good answer.
Nothing but good things.
Was that an overnight trip?
Hell
It
yeah, it
was.
was.
Oh,
Trip, yeah.
wow. That's
Hell
really
Yeah,
good.
very,
It's real.
very fun.
I'm second. I liked field trips with long drives because the ride was kind of the funnest part of the field trip typically. It'd be about, getting your spot in the back row, having some of the cool girls over here, maybe playing truth or something along those lines, potentially spin the bottle. The idea is usually thrown out there. Doesn't really succeed. So I'm going to go with Gettysburg. It was a very long drive, boring field trip, but the bus ride was a blast.
Great.
Solid. So in middle school, I took a trip to the movies and I saw Dodgeball. I don't know how that happened, how that was arranged, but that is an unbelievable field trip to go to the movies and see Dodgeball at like 12 years old or whatever I was. Unbelievable.
Are
I don't
you
know
kidding
how.
me?
Swear to
They
God.
had no idea what they were showing you.
Swear to God.
That is incredible.
Swear to God. Unbelievable. Never forget it.
All right, well, that's going to be hard to top. I'm going to go with another overnight trip, the Ben Franklin Institute down in Philly. It's got like the touch tunnel, like a bunch of like stuff to do with that. Yeah, so you take the bus down, I think on Friday after school, and then you'd come back like Saturday evening. But yeah, it was a good try. And then a second one. So I'll actually go with Dirtbag Sandy Hook in Jersey, because it was like junior year of high school. So we were all kind of banged up, and you got to put on like the rubber waders and like go out into the water. And yeah, I don't remember anything from the trip, but it was a good time.
This was on my list as well. I did the same
Oh.
thing.
Yeah, you get like the netting and you
Yeah.
scoop shit, and then you kind
I
of
think
pick
it's
through
gonna
the
be a
shit.
blast.
Yeah, you just gotta watch. You gotta watch out for the syringes, because they will get you.
Every time.
All right,
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
roll with a museum field trip,
Syringes are batting 1,000.
always. All right, I'm gonna roll with a museum field trip. Those are always sneaky underrated because you could play tag in the museum, like low key, and we would always get yelled at. But
Who
for
cares?
the
It's like that
for the
Ben
15 minutes
Stiller.
for the quality 15 minutes we were able to spend playing, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Big fight or flight moments all the time. Crazy. All right.
I'm gonna go with the Liberty Science Center, or I guess planetarium type, vibe. There's a touch tunnel there. I remember on this field trip, my chaperone was like the really hot mom, so it was one of the best days of my life. Very, very nice day.
It was a long way.
We'll never forget that day.
I have two now back to back. I'm gonna go with the follow up. Perfect. The Space and Air Museum, which was also in DC, but was sick. They do a lot of trying to do a lot of interactive stuff, so that was very fun. And then I have to go with Salem. I mean, what's cooler than talking about witches? I mean, I loved it. I was like the nerdy one who was like, "Yeah, this is awesome," and everyone's like gossiping back. I'm like, "No, I need to know more about this."
It's a fascinating topic.
I've
So-
always thought Stevie Nicks from Fleetwood Mac was a witch.
I mean, she was.
She definitely
but-
practices some kind of witchcraft.
Yeah, she does have some witchcraft to her.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Driscoll, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with what am I going with for my last one? Oh, Six Flags. I went to Six Flags
Wow.
celebration field trip where it's like, good job your whole life. You get to go to Six Flags. It was fun. I love roller coasters.
Good job your whole life.
Yeah, I would go to Six Flags right now. Not actually maybe not right now, but in a year.
I would definitely.
Spritz bottle of bleach. I'm there, dude. You don't even have to need. You wouldn't even have to buy fast pass or whatever it is, where you go in through the
No
exit.
fast pass, go.
Yeah, you know what? I might go this weekend.
Here's my can of Coke and $5. I'm gonna ride all the roller coasters I want for the entire day.
That's terrific.
Sorry, Doris. Go ahead.
I don't want to pick a zoo because zoos are just so incredibly overrated.
Bronx Zoo, dude.
No, but I didn't go to the Bronx. I went to a Long Island zoo.
Would you go Turtleback
Oh.
Zoo in South Orange, New Jersey?
Yeah, I've been to that one.
No,
I used to
not
live
a
up the
zoo.
street from that place.
So I have
Bronx
a
is
special. I have a bonus place that I went to. It was a Cradle of Aviation Museum, but in 5th grade, I was a Scrabble champion. That's where the tournament was held. So that's where that's mine. So that
why
was
am I
like a.
just learning now that you were a Scrabble champion?
Why are you
So,
just telling us this now?
so me and
Yeah.
this one kid in 5th grade were going up against kids much older than us.
Did you play
got
Russians in Scrabble like they do in chess? Was it like U.S.
Yeah, it was-
versus USSR? In
It was
Scrabble?
more it was. I think it was Long Island kids.
They have a
but,
different alphabet also, so I don't think that would
You
match up.
Are
Yeah. All right.
Alright.
I got out of school for a day. Me and this one kid got out of school for a day to play
Oh
Scrabble.
yeah,
Top notch.
that's sick.
that is sick. All right, my last one. This is going to be a little specific, but Driscoll, you might have heard of this place. It's out in Jersey, Waterloo Village.
Yeah, I had that on my list. Yeah.
So yeah, I went there when I was in 4th or 5th grade. It's like Native American stuff and longhouses and all this.
I couldn't remember the name.
But
I was,
That's
wild also is that it's also a music venue. And I saw the band Mo when I was 19 back at I hadn't been there since 5th grade when I was on a school field trip. And then I was seeing a Mo concert. And I was like, oh
I'm
shit,
gonna look
dude,
that
there's no
place up
wigwam,
after
bro.
we're off.
that's a,
But yeah. So yeah, shout out to Sean Jackson. I hope he learns a lot. I hope he takes good notes. Like my dad always told me, take good notes. And also before we sign off, just shout out to Adam Schefter. He blocked me on Twitter years ago. and he has just gotten on SportsCenter looking like dog shit for 3.5 months.
He looks
It is
horrible.
incredible. He's got puffy eyes. His hair's all fucked up. Like, dude, you're Adam Schefter. Get somebody over there to cut your fucking hair.
Yeah,
So
it's not when
That's my
not
final
that-
thought.
it's hard to look like shit when you're rich. Like, come on.
Dude, puffy. I'm like, dude,
No.
Shefty, did you just get out of bed, bro? Like,
He probably
Holy
did, dude.
cow.
He barely sleeps. He's always working.
You ever see that John
he's like
Clayton commercial?
disheveled. He's not like properly shaven. His eyes are all puffy, like he just woke up. His hair's like all.
Why did he block you? What'd you say to get blocked?
Oh, I don't know. I probably called him a piss boy or something.
I was gonna say, I don't know. Is it gonna be PC?
He's super sensitive. He
This
is.
was, guys, thanks for a very educational daily chill.
Yeah.
I mean, this was great. I loved hearing about, all these trips. Very exciting. The girls will be updating on the Wayfair situation as the situation progresses.
Terrific.
Remember my theory, okay? Because I think that
I like that theory. I like the scapegoat theory.
it's a good theory.
All right. Well, I think we just throw a bow on this. Sportschill.com.
Chef kiss.
Fire.
Higher,
Fire.
higher, higher.